Hanımlar beyler, sevgili dostlar, Mortal Kombat 1'e 3. bölümde kaldığımız yerden tüm bölümde devam ediyoruz. Prenses Minana'yı yaratığa çevirdiler, güzelim kadını. Şimdi onunla dövüşeceğiz, bakalım neler olacak, hep birlikte göreceğiz. Hadi şimdi oyunumuza geçelim. Ay, prensesim. Sorry. Sansın. Oy. Oy. Al sana. İşte bu. Ana vuramadı bile.
Kung Lao and Johnny scramble to Marina and
grab her.
Yakalayın.
It's now or never, Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung fills a syringe with liquid as Melina throws Johnny and Kung Lao off.
Melina
dashes to a table and grabs her side blades from it, then leaps at Kenshi and impales his eyes with them.
Kenshi!
She rips the blades free. Shang Tsung injects the syringe into her neck.
Vay vay vay, demek ki Kenji gözlerini burada kaynıyor.
To the floor as her Takatan features transform back to normal.
By the gods, Melina!
Kitana, General Shao, and an armored Shokan burst into the lab.
What's happened here, sorcerer?
These men were sent to disrupt your sister's treatment and scandalize Outworld by revealing her illness.
What? That's totally fake news! Princess, we were...
The Shokan punches him hard, then pummels Kung Lao to the floor.
Thank you, Goro. I've no stomach for Earthrealm lies. We should detain the Earthrealmers and the Tarkatan we found outside, at least until the Empress is ready to respond to this incursion.
Agreed.
General Shao gestures to 4 soldiers. They haul Kenshi, Johnny, and Kung Lao away.
But she must realize that this incident proves Earthrealm's bad faith. We must strike them now to protect ourselves.
No. They would not do this. There must be a misunderstanding.
They all turn to a portal made of spiraling green light opening nearby. A bald outworlder with tawny skin emerges from the portal and regards them all. He has black markings around his eyes and a red symbol tattooed on his head.
It is no misunderstanding, Princess. It is a confirmation of my prophecy. Left unchecked, Liu Kang will conquer Outworld.
He kneels by Kitana.
I apologize for not arriving sooner to defend your sister. I am glad she received her treatment.
The princess is safe, but the threat from Earthrealm remains.
Yes. Quan Chi, when do you anticipate they will strike? Soon. Today's events were foretold in the final quatrains of the prophecy. Then I am right. We must act now, Princess.
I will take your concerns to the Empress. It is for her to decide. Rain, Tanya, assist me.
Rain and Tanya lift Melina from the floor. Rain carries Melina out of the laboratory with Tanya supporting her lolling head.
What truly happened here, sorcerer?
That the Earthrealmers interrupted the princess's treatment was happenstance. They were here to capture me for Liu Kang.
You? Why?
That I must investigate. For now, let us revel in our good fortune. The Earthrealm's serendipitous arrival has given us ample evidence to convince the Empress of the truth of Quan Chi's prophecy.
Conflict with Earthrealm is now inevitable.
Not necessarily. The Empress has never been eager for conflict.
If she resists, she will be replaced. Our world needs a steadfast leader.
A leader like you, perhaps.
If my realm requires it of me.
Shang Tsung smirks at Shao.
Kill the Earthrealmers. They cannot report back to Liu Kang. Their deaths will also feed the ire between realms.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Our benefactor will be pleased.
She needs the realms at war, not at the brink of it, in order to conquer them both. Only then will we rule at her side.
Before she found me languishing in the mines, I would not have thought such a thing possible. But soon, she'll have transformed us from serfs into scions.
Quan Chi stares at Shang Tsung unblinkingly. A twitching, multi-armed Takatan hybrid hangs from manacles chained to the ceiling of a dimly lit dungeon. A fanged face stares out from the creature's chest and tongues stick out from its armpits. Blood oozes from its body and into a drain on the floor. Another creature missing its lower body hangs from manacles. Its guts hang to the floor. Baraka slams on the bars of a cell he stands in. Kenshi sits near him by Johnny's and Kung Lao's unmoving bodies.
You've been at that for hours.
If you could see, you'd know why.
That's not happening, is it? Keep talking, will you? To keep my mind off this. Tell me about life before you got sick.
I was doing well, trading goods up and down the Varta coast. My family was comfortable, happy. Then Tarkat came. It took my wife, then my children. Cruelly, it lets me live for now. I think it enjoys ravaging my body more slowly.
Johnny sits up.
This hangover. Kenshi. God damn it. How bad's the pain?
Excruciating.
You saved me. I won't forget that.
But you may just regret it.
What are you doing?
Johnny gawks as he stares through the bars of the cell. Various Takatans dangle from chains in the dungeon, many missing large chunks of their bodies. One spasms as they hang from a torture rack.
What in the... When did we take the left turn into survival horror?
This is Shang Tsung's real laboratory.
We're beneath where we were before. That was a false front.
Reminds me of this cheap-ass film I did in my early days. The Flesh Pits. God, that was trash.
Reptile, a masked man in a green cloak, opens the dungeon's doorway and enters.
Who's that?
Our jailer.
Reptile strides through the broad cobblestone space. By a cell, he stops by a bucket filled with chunks of bone and meat. He throws one of the chunks to a Takatan hybrid inside. The creature grabs it and rips into it with their fangs. Reptile steps to Baraka's cell and looks at Kenshi.
How is he?
His eyes are gouged out. Guess.
Reptile hands Johnny a small jar.
That will dull the pain.
You're vile to be part of this.
You are Shang Tsung's prisoner. I am his slave. He has my family. He'll kill them if I don't obey.
Johnny opens the jar, then pulls a long red cloth from his belt. He smears some of the jar's ointment onto the cloth. He covers Kenshi's gaping eyes with the cloth, then ties it around his head.
Why did he pick you?
So he could learn how I shapeshift.
He learned that from you?
We saw him do that. It was unreal.
So how does it work? You just shape-shift into anything you want?
I can shift only between this and my natural form.
He shapeshifts into a humanoid lizard.
You're Satarian. Your race can shapeshift. None can except me.
He shapeshifts back as light coalesces near him. It resolves into Shang Tsung. He smirks and steps closer to the cell.
Are they ready? It's time.
Time for what, sorcerer?
Replication experiments. They begin with your vivisection. I'll use your harvested parts to build new creations. The process is fatal, of course.
Liu Kang won't let you get away with this.
That presumes he will ever learn what happened. But when I am done, there will be no trace left of you. I shall return soon to check progress. I have other matters to which I must attend.
He teleports away.
You don't have to do this.
It's either you or my family.
Reptile moves to another cage filled with Tarkatan hybrids. He opens their cell by pulling a chain through a pulley.
Put them in the chambers.
The warrior's cell door opens as the creatures charge. Johnny jumps, swings from the bars above, and kicks a hybrid down before punching his head. He kicks one hybrid's face before kicking another to the floor. A third rams Johnny into a wall. Kenshi sits in the cell while Kung Lao fights off two of the creatures, and Baraka viciously stabs another's belly before throwing him away. Baraka strides forward, then impales a hybrid with both bone spikes and flings him over his head. He slashes at another as two of the creatures drag Kenshi past him. The hybrids fling Kenshi into a small cage dangling from a chain fixed to the ceiling. Another pair chuck Johnny into a cage next to Kenshi's. Two of the creatures haul Kung Lao to a third cage. He throws one off, then double kicks the second back before pummeling a third with a combination of punches. He turns sharply and sidekicks a fourth into a table holding his razor-rimmed hat. He throws it and the hat flies in an arc, decapitating two hybrids before returning to his hand. He smoothly sets it on his head.
Fight!
Bakayım oyun hareketlerini yapıyorlar. Geri ileri kare R2. Geri ileri kare R2. Yapamıyorum. Geri. Baraka. Öldürüyor, geri geliyor.
Baraka snarls at a fallen hybrid.
There is nothing more foul.
Electricity arcs along the bars of Johnny's and Kenshi's cages.
You spoke too soon, Baraka.
Reptile holds a sparking lever nearby. As the hybrid on the ground crawls pitifully, the Takatan hybrid brute stomps on his head.
Babaları. Şifay Baraka geldi.
Attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Baraka stabs the victim with an arm blade and lifts them before plunging the blade into their throat, shattering their spine. Baraka lifts his head.
Enough distractions.
Brushing Kung Lao aside, Baraka grips the bars of Johnny's cage. He rips it open, then does the same to Kenshi's. Kenshi stumbles weakly. Johnny and Kung Lao help him along, each supporting his weight with an arm over their shoulders. As they shuffle toward the exit, Reptile walks after them.
I'm ruined! Shang Tsung will punish me for this by torturing my family.
Baraka narrows his crimson eyes.
You'll pay for their suffering,
Hadi
Takatan.
bakalım. Şimdi ya. Üzerimde böyle terbiyesiz. Kesin.
We are leaving.
Reptile kneels.
Then kill me. If I die,
Öldür beni falan.
maybe
Aynen.
I'll spare my family.
No, I won't murder you.
It's mercy, not murder. Not that what I've done deserves yours.
You were protecting your family. I would have done the same.
His mask now removed, Reptile stands with sadness in his eyes. Through magical dust, Shang Tsung appears and frowns at the dead hybrids.
What has happened here?
Johnny takes up Sento and stands with Baraka and Reptile. Shang Tsung points sharply at Reptile.
Sizoth, you fool.
Son savaş Shank'la. Hadi bakalım.
We're going, sorcerer.
And we're taking you with us. Liu Kang would like a word.
I cannot be apprehended so easily.
Shang Tsung conjures clouds of green gas.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this.
I bid you all farewell. Cheer up, Sizoff. I'm reuniting you with your family.
They're dead? You killed them?
Many moons ago. I do hate loose ends.
Reptile's lips curl into a snarl, and he charges the sorcerer, but Shang Tsung disappears in a magical dust cloud.
We gotta get out of here.
Green gas fills the room as Reptile tries the door.
What's wrong?
The door must have sealed when the gas was released.
Baraka strides toward the door.
Stand aside.
Test your might.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Aa, zehirlenerek öldük arkadaşlar. İlk görüşümüzü de fark görmüş olduk.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Allah Allah.
Test your might.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Allah Allah. Çok saçma bir şey oldu arkadaşlar.
Test your might.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka,
Nasıl bir şey?
his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Test your might.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Test your might.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Test your might.
Ya bu sefer de R2'ye basamam. Abi basılı
Thick
tutuyorum.
green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Test your might.
Hadi be.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka
çözdüm.
punches the door.
Çözdüm arkadaşlar.
Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Test your might.
Hadi.
Baraka throws the door open to a hallway.
Follow me. This way.
Johnny and Kung Lao support Kenshi.
Leave me. I'll just slow you down.
What?
Shang Tsung finds you, he'll kill you. Look at me, Cage. I'm useless. Don't risk your life to save
Arkadaşlar
mine.
3 tur olduğu için
Hey,
şey yapamadım. Ben tek tur zannedip yanlış yana basıyorum. Özür dilerim.
we are gonna get back home and figure out how to help you. Got it?
Baraka and Reptile march ahead, leading the way out of the laboratory and into a bright, clear day. They make their way into a lush forest.
We can't linger. We'll be captured.
We need help getting Kenshi to the portal at Sundo.
I can take you only to the city's gate. Tarkatans are forbidden inside.
I'll see you the rest of the way. It's the least I can do to make amends.
Reptile trudges on. Dozens of trees have tall faces carved into their trunks. Kenshi walks with a hand on Johnny's shoulder.
Shang Tsung bir de tuzak kurdu. Oradan 3 dakika sürede çıkmamız. Çünkü çözene kadar.
Manticore battle. Yes! It was a pain to shoot, but man, did it come out epic. I can picture it exactly.
Kenshi and Johnny smile.
This
Benim
is the
üstüne güzel
living
oldu.
forest.
Aren't all forests living, Baraka?
No others have trees that house the souls of the dead.
Whoa, wait a tick. We're talking ghosts?
Good ones, not evil.
İyi.
You guys know
Hayır
anybody?
kötü mü öyle bir şeyler dedi ama.
Some distant relatives.
You will find no Zaterrans.
Why not?
Warm bloods don't welcome us. So we keep to ourselves, living underground in
Ağaç
Sikandar
bizi izliyor
province.
arkadaşlar.
Then how did you meet Shang Tsung?
That I could take human form made me a freak among my people. I was terrorized and run out, starving and beggared. I joined a traveling carnival. Turned out there are many who would pay good money to see my gift. Back then, Shang Tsung was a huckster. We crossed paths and he saw what I could do. When he began to learn real sorcery, he asked to study me. When I declined, he took my
Benim
family
ailem
hostage.
gitti.
Well, that's an offer you can't refuse.
He is dangerous, and he has plans. He, General Shao, Rain, they are conspiring.
To do what?
I can't say for certain. I've only overheard fragments.
The group freezes. Reptile transforms into a green
Hadi
lizard with a
bakalım.
thick tail and elongated arms. He and Baraka charge into a clearing where a woman
Ya
dressed
oğlum
in white
kertenkele
fights off
olduğun zaman
demons.
güçlü olmuyorsun. Çirkin oluyorsun. Bence normal insan olarak
Her pale skin contrasts her dark
Looking at-
lips and all black eyes, while red scarification zigzags up her forehead. She twirls with a jagged Chris sword,
bir
slicing
kılıçlı
skillfully at the
ablamız da
demons.
ama tehlikeli model.
She stabs the last one, then spots Reptile and Baraka.
Quan Chi sends more demons?
O şey var ya.
We're not.
Feathery white wings appear on her back as she charges and kicks Reptile. Baraka squares up.
With each of you I kill, my absolution grows nearer. Shedding your blood brings me closer to the light.
Fight.
Zaten. Hanımefendi konuşarak halledebiliriz bu işi. Ben söyleyeyim ki konuşarak halledebiliriz. Asil değil mi? Bak şimdi adam galiba.
Stop this. Killing me won't absolve your sins.
Vuramadık ki. Bak.
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Baraka stabs the victim with an arm blade and lifts them before plunging the blade into their throat, shattering their spine.
Yapma be. Hayır. Son anda. Son anda Baraka.
Eyes narrowed, the woman picks up her sword.
If not demons, what are you?
He's a Terran. I am a Denian. Or I was before my Tarkat affliction.
Outworlders. Apologies. I'm glad I've caused neither of you permanent injury.
Kung Lao treads cautiously into the clearing past a demon's head. Kenshi, led by Johnny, crinkles his nose.
What is that? Just keep swimming. So, who's our femme fatale?
I am Ashra, demon of the Netherrealm.
Demon? You look human. Mostly. And what's a Netherrealm?
The monks covered that with us. Did you sleep through every lesson?
That one, apparently.
Netherrealm's hell, but real.
No shit.
I appear nearly human because I've purged most evil from my soul. When I'm done, the last vestiges of my demonic form will fade away.
Why were the demons after you?
They were sent by Quan Chi, my former master. I was part of his Sisterhood of Shadow. He wanted, still wants, dominion over the realms. I renounced him when I realized that I could not help him defile them.
And now he wants you dead.
Precisely.
She smirks.
I followed Quan Chi from the Netherrealm here. He's building devices that steal souls on a mass scale. He's testing the first on the dead that reside in the forest.
Why steal souls, Ashra?
To harness their power. To what end, I don't know. But I do know that it's to aid the designs of another sorcerer. Shang Tsung.
Johnny glances at Kenshi.
Damn it. That guy's everywhere.
You're sure Quan Chi is here?
My Chris senses him.
Her sword.
He's nearby.
Nope, no.
Hocam bir daha mı
We have a
kapışacağız?
job to do.
Döv.
Quan Chi could lead us to Shang Tsung.
Your Liu Kang is right. Shang Tsung's a danger that must be dealt with. I will aid you.
As will I.
I guess the eyes have it. Motion carries. Ashra, lead the way.
Johnny gestures magnanimously. With a friendly smile, Ashra leads them deeper into the living forest. Ashra's jagged Chris sword glows white as they walk onward.
Quan Chi is close. The emanations of his evil grow stronger.
That is a powerful weapon.
And my perfect ally. As I smite the evil it finds, I am further purified.
Now I've done steps, so I'm all for self-help. But since when does a demoness want to be less evil?
I had spent eternity damned to the Netherrealm. I had assumed that's all there was to existence. But then I saw Earthrealm, saw Outworld, saw there was a better way to live, and that to have it, I needed to cleanse my soul. My sister demons were furious at my change of heart. Kia and Jataka were the first to hunt me.
Ashra frowns.
Quan Chi is also a demon?
Actually, he's an Outworlder. But he mastered the dark magic needed for unfettered travel to my realm.
A large insect hovers near Reptile's face. His tongue flicks out to catch it, and he hastily stuffs its spindly legs into his mouth.
Any idea how you buddied up with Shang Tsung?
They share a common benefactor. She plucked them both from obscurity, taught them everything they know. I've never met her, but there's no question that she is a sorceress beyond compare.
The Chris sword glows brightly, emanating a golden aura.
Quan Chi is near.
Quan Chi stands on a wood platform where a twisting statue of skulls glows with green light. 4 onlookers hold red gemstones.
I am ready for your contributions.
A woman with bat-like wings steps forward. Ornate silver finery weaves along her thighs and midriff.
Excellent, Nitara.
Excellent, Nitara.
I need yours as well.
A Seyden man with black hair and deep scars on his chest looks up.
Darius and I have been thinking, sorcerer.
Do not try to renegotiate, Havoc.
We need proof that you'll deliver.
That he's delivered for Natara's Vaternians is all the proof you need.
Serena's right. Because of Quan Chi's magic, my realm's people are no longer poisoned by sunlight. We've finally escaped the shadows.
Rest assured, the spells you will receive will bring down Order Realm's government.
When will we have them, Quan Chi?
After the attack on Earthrealm, which could be called off if the Soul Stealer's efficacy isn't demonstrated promptly.
The Seyden man, Havoc, hesitates as the green glow looms behind them. He hands over the gemstone to Quan Chi. Quan Chi's eyes widen. Nearby, Ashra steps forward from her new companions. Their gazes are all fixed on the platform.
Well, this plot just got thicker.
Earthrealm is in grave danger. Just one soul stealer can kill hundreds of thousands. If he unleashes a battery of them,
millions will die.
He must be stopped.
I will deal with Quan Chi. The four of you subdue the others.
Whoa there, big fella. This stops where you get off.
Johnny stops Kenshi.
Millions could die. Which is why we don't want you tripping us up out there. Now, give me your sword. Why? Just give it.
A small smile tugs at Johnny's lips. Kenshi hesitantly removes the sword from his back and offers it to Johnny. Johnny takes it, then replaces it with the sword Sento. Kenshi grips its black scabbard tightly.
What? I can't. Not when you saved my life. It's yours.
Johnny fixes him with a serious look and touches his shoulder. Kenshi squeezes Sento, thumbing its golden detailing. At the Soul Stealer, Quan Chi casts green magic from his hands. Natara spots Ashra's group charging in.
6. bölüm Asra.
They stop before the platform as Quan Chi turns.
Yet again, you evade capture, Ashra. And now it appears you've found allies.
We are joined against you, sorcerer. You won't be stealing any souls.
Ashra flourishes her sword and charges in. Natara flies forward to meet her, slashing with red claws. Baraka bowls into Havoc, and they brawl with clenched fists. Kung Lao kicks at the demon woman Serena, who parries him with swift ease and counters with a gut punch. Johnny exchanges blows with Darius, a Seyden man with dark umber skin and orange sunglasses. Ashra manages to slice Natara's arm.
That blade's enchanted.
It was forged to destroy evil. It's slain many of your vampire kind.
We can't help what we are. That we feed on blood doesn't make us evil.
Fight.
Much more.
Arkadaş bu vampir nasıl bir şey?
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Ashra impales the victim with a bladed wing, then her wings break into dozens of feather knives. She slashes with her kris as the knives pierce them.
I am one step closer to
Aslında basittir Santana ya. Şey yapabilirim, kalıp çok sevdim.
Twist bursting green light erupts from the Soul Stealer and spirals toward the sky. Dozens of ghosts, translucent skeletal figures, fly from the trees toward the Soul Stealer. The ghosts swarm around the twisting light. Johnny gazes up at the ghosts with the others, all awash with pallid green light.
My God, it's a tornado.
The forest withers and rots as the faces carved into the trees turn skeletal. Quan Chi conjures green light in his palms, then lifts them overhead. Teeth gritted, Quan Chi thrusts his hands to the Soul Stealer and channels green magic into the Soulnado. Strands of light from the Soulnado coalesce into a humanoid form wearing a red and black cloak over corpse gray skin. The humanoid stretches his jaw open, then collects himself and stares out at everyone with glowing green eyes. The humanoid raises his hands while floating in front of the Soul Stealer. Ashra narrows her eyes at him.
What dark magic is this?
Karanlık neymiş? Armak. Eski serilerde de vardı bu armak. Öldür onları.
Bolts of green energy at Johnny, Kung Lao, and Ashra, knocking them to the ground. Ermac telekinetically raises Baraka into the air as the Tarkatan charges, then throws him away. Reptile tackles Ermac to the ground, but Ermac frees himself and blasts Reptile back with an energy bolt. He yanks Ashra toward him, then jabs her face before launching her through the air to the ground.
Quan Chi must succeed if I'm to liberate Order Realm. I'll not let him fail.
Killing one realm to free another is a heinous proposition.
Hadi
One I won't
bakalım.
let you fulfill.
Fight.
Life.
Sen bana kusarsın ha sen zaten. Ben de sana öyle. Oha. Sakin olun.
That you aid Quan Chi speaks volumes about you. Take your chaos elsewhere.
Ashra hacked through Quan Chi's flaming skull with her kris.
I always feared you would be
O
trouble.
da kimin korkusu?
You are not compliant like your sisters.
Benim
And
çıkar.
now they're dead by my hand because you sent them against me. I'll never forgive you for that, Quan Chi.
Fight.
Hayır koçum. Arama kalmış yani. Ne ya ne yapıyorsun ya?
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Ashra impales the victim with a bladed wing, then her wings break into dozens of feather knives. She slashes with her kris as the knives pierce them.
This has been a long time coming, sorcerer.
But soon you will join.
En şahane yok ama. Kendini. Bir daha. Hadi. Dur. Tamam. Son bir tane.
Ashra scowls.
When I'm finished here, I will finish you.
She flings her kris at Ermac. He stops it telekinetically. Ashra grabs the kris and slashes at him. Ermac weaves around her attack, then blasts her back. Johnny kicks his head, then Ermac smacks his face, making him stumble away. Ashra spins while slashing at Ermac. He evades her, then slams Reptile into the ground as he charges. He levitates Ashra into the air and hammers her down. She lies inert. Ermac throws a fallen log at Reptile and Baraka, then floats Johnny up and slams him into the dirt. He raises Johnny again and flings him away. Johnny goes still. Kenshi raises Sento, face hard.
I can't let them die.
He charges Ermac. Ermac launches him away. Sento pierces the ground. Kenshi gradually sits up. He frantically feels around the ground. Dim lighting reflects on Sento's sleek blade.
What? Who is that?
Your ancestors. Come to us.
Kenshi crawls to Sento. He clutches the sword's hilt, then lifts it as he stands. Blue light shines from Kenshi's eyes and bleeds out past his blindfold. He sees Ermac speed through the air to him. He dances around Ermac's punches, then runs Sento through his chest. Blue light flares from Ermac's eyes and mouth and starts to get sucked into the blade. Then he blasts Kenshi away. He tosses rocks at Kenshi, but Sento floats in the air and deflects each of them. Kenshi gently takes the hilt.
It siphoned his souls. It now has his power.
Ashra runs over.
That was unexpected.
You're telling me. Shall we finish this?
Let's.
Ashra and Kenshi face Ermac with the kris and Sento at the ready.
This fight's not over. I'll defeat all of Quan Chi's minions.
We are many. You are one. We will destroy you. Fight.
Hadi bakalım Ermac. Tamam dur. Bismillah. Hocam yavaş ya. Bak. Şöyle. Oha. Ay.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Ashra impales the victim with a bladed wing, then her wings break into dozens of feather knives. She slashes with her kris as the knives pierce them.
Your death. His demand will be satisfied.
Resistance is never
Ya
pointless.
kaybediyorduk dedim ama sonra.
What's wrong with him?
Kombat must have weakened the magic that binds his souls
Dövüş
together.
şeyinde. Şimdi o.
Ermac sags to the ground.
Aa da gitti.
What was that?
Watch him. I'll shut down the Soul Stealer.
Ashra dashes to the Soul Stealer. She plunges her kriss into its red gem, making it split. Quan Chi raises a hand to her. The gemstone splits and releases energy that launches Ashra away. The ghosts pour out of the Soul Stealer. One flies to Quan Chi and grabs his head. The ghost sucks blue energy from his face, turning his skin ash white, then vanishes. Quan Chi staggers back before collapsing. Ashra regards Quan Chi's motionless body, then strides to him.
Since that didn't kill you, I will.
No, Ashra.
He's too dangerous to let live.
Liu Kang needs to question him. He knows Shang Tsung's plans.
Ashra lowers her kriss.
Very well.
Well, clearly I underpaid for that. Did you know what it could do?
The legends never mentioned mystical powers. The souls of my ancestors live within it. They intend to guide me.
Just don't forget who gave it to you, Takahashi.
I won't, Cage. Now, let's get him to Earthrealm.
They all look at Quan Chi.
I know home's here for you, Baraka. But size off, Ashra. You can come with if you want. I'm sure Liu Kang will welcome you.
I've never had a home. That would
Sen
be
de Liu
wonderful.
Kang'in takımına
Snow
hoş geldin
falls around the
falan
ruins of
diyor.
an immense stone fortress nestled among tall mountains. Shang Tsung waves his hands around on the top of the fortress and conjures a portal made of fiery light. The benefactor emerges from it.
Report Shang Tsung.
The Soul Stealers are under construction. Quan Chi tests the final components as we speak.
And the army
will obey your
Biz bunu 11'de yenmiştik arkadaşlar. Mortal Kombat 11'de Liu Kang'de yenmiştik karıyı.
I've also conceived the plan to break the Lin Kuei away from Liu Kang. Instead of defending Earthrealm, they will betray it.
excellent. You have learned quickly, Shang Tsung, and well. You will soon reap the bounty of what you've sown.
He beams. Moonlight falls over the rooftops of Sundo. Reptile leaps from one roof to another. He looks down at a massive festival of outworlders in the streets below, each wearing brightly colored clothes. Paper lanterns hang from strings over them. Reptile dashes along the rooftops, following General Shao as he moves through the crowd. Reptile leaps to another rooftop, changing into his lizard form as he goes. He bounds through the air to a different roof. He scurries up to its sloping apex, then shapeshifts back into his human form. Reptile steps across the roof, then stops and looks out at the hundreds of people gathered around a massive two-story wooden building, its sides open and the people inside visible. Long strings of different colored paper lanterns hang over the ground and a group of performers move a large dragon prop around in a dance. Kitana and Melina stand on the bottom floor of the massive building, each in full regalia. Tanya and numerous others in lavish clothes stand among them. Kitana smiles and waves to the festival outside. Li Mei steps to General Shao and walks with him.
Who are these Earthrealmers we're looking for?
You have their descriptions.
You could at least tell me why they're here. What they've done.
State secrets. Not for your ears.
He strides away through the bustling street. Melina and Kitana smile and wave to the people. Melina beckons Tanya.
Yes, Princess.
Fetch us water, please.
Tanya smirks.
As you wish.
Melina smiles warmly as Tanya leaves.
Careful, sister. Entanglements with Ungadi are forbidden. You know their vows. Who told you? No one. I have eyes. As do the snakes at court who would cheer your downfall.
The Ungadi's rules are ridiculous.
And you can change them when you are Empress. For now, you cannot jeopardize your ascension.
Melina stomps off. Quan Chi sits in an alley behind one of the crowded streets. Johnny puts a big hat on him near Ashra, Kenshi, and Kung Lao.
Night-night, sweet Prince of Darkness.
They all wear festival costumes.
Oh, perfect. You'll fit right in.
You couldn't steal a more functional hat.
What? It hides your face. And honestly, it suits you.
Ashra gives him a questioning look.
I still don't know about this. Carrying him around will attract unwanted attention.
Look at it out there. It's like Mardi Gras. People will think you just party too hard.
Reptile jumps down to them from a rooftop.
What's the word?
Go toward the stage, then right to the portal gate. But there are soldiers and constables everywhere.
Are you sure these are enough? One person spots us, and we are dead.
And that's why I'll create a diversion.
They're out for you too, Syzoth.
To catch me, they must see.
Reptile turns invisible.
Damn. You didn't tell me you could go full predator.
Kenshi and Ashra lead Kamau and Johnny as they carry a listless through the immense crowd of festival goers. People glance at them. Ashra catches her hat as it slips off, then readjusts it. 4 guards eye them from across the street.
We can use that diversion.
A string of paper lanterns overhead bursts into flames.
Olaylar kızışıyor. Gidelim parti yalan oluyor.
They carry on. The surrounding festival goers flee. Katana looks out at the chaos in the streets. Tanya grabs at her arm.
Come, princess, unhand me.
Yürü Francis,
I'm going
gidelim.
nowhere.
More paper lanterns explode near General Shao and a row of soldiers.
Douse the fires. Find who set them.
Stand down, General. This is my problem, not the military's.
Li Mei spots Reptile on a rooftop.
Look.
Aha, website orada.
You know him? Who is he?
Unimportant, but it means the Earthrealmers are here. Reiko.
Reiko rushes over, then looks at Reptile. He and Li Mei hurry through the crowd toward him as he
Gidin
sprints
bakın
away.
şunları bir halledin.
Li Mei and Reiko pursue Reptile while he jumps to another building's roof.
Hani nasıl görünmez? Görünüyor.
Reiko fixes him with his gaze, then throws a shuriken, striking his hand and making him fall to
Belki
the
dikkat
ground.
çekmek için.
Reptile clutches his hand and flees, partially invisible. Li Mei and Reiko examine green blood trailing away.
I'll get him.
Yeşil kanı gitti.
She runs off. Reiko pauses, then hurries after her.
Kan izlerini takip edelim.
Kenshi looks around while leading the others with Ashra. He spots Li Mei and Reiko in the distance, following the blood trail.
Syzoth!
Kenshi shoves his way through the crowd after them.
Kenshi böyle dahil oldu kılıcın şeyiyle.
Reptile turns visible on the
Gene
other
şey
side.
görüyor ama.
Green blood?
Yeşil
You're
kanı.
a Terran. How can you...
There is much you don't know. Like what the General is truly up to.
Surrender and I'll hear you out. I can't if you resist arrest.
You arrest me, he'll execute me. And that's not how I intend to die.
Fight.
Evet sevgili dostlarım, burası da bölüm sonu olsun. Buradan tüm hızımıza devam edeceğiz. Lütfen kanalıma abone olmayı, beğendiyseniz like atmayı, yorum yapmayı unutmazsanız çok seviniriz. Şimdilik hoşça kalın, sağlıcakla kalın. Kendinize çok iyi bakın. Bir sonraki bölümde inşallah görüşmek üzere.